I think my only concern, John, one of my concerns would be that we know that our new law firm, in fact, does this kind of work successfully. Because, and this is not a negative, we have seen nothing yet from our new law firm. We've had a good interview, we've had a good presentation, we've got lots of ideas, but they've not brought us yet one penny either.
That's true.
And the things that were given to Rees Broome, I believe, last year, were given them on, this is a task that we want you to do. I think there were conversations along the way. There was a lot of money spent, but I don't think it was just blindly spent that they came back and sent us money. We had a lot of legal issues.
I totally agree with that.
And
I totally agree with that.
I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying, if we want to do something with the new law firm, my only concern is, let's make sure that they do this kind of business. We know they're a collection agent, a collection firm, we know that.
They do this kind of business,
Okay.
I can assure you that,
Okay.
yes. They do this kind of business, we've talked exclusively with Donna today because that's her practice. Hers is the collection practice. But her husband's and Bob Sagan have the non-collections part of the litigation process. Again, I'll say no more. I'll say no more.
You should say more if you want to.
Well, no, I think I've made my point. And Wayne is right, I should not have used some of the adjectives that I did. But again, the billing that we've seen from Rees Broome is replete with internal conversations between the principals and the associates and what have you. And we pay for that. And I just...
There's no question that they're an expensive firm. We have high rates, and their billings are high. Not only because of the rates, but because of the hours that they apply. The reason why I gave the first defense of this suit to Rees Broome Diaz is because they wrote the legal opinion that was the basis for the action we took. The second, let me complete my thought. Basis for the action we took, therefore they had researched this more than anybody else because they'd already taken a position on it. Second, Rees Broome knows intimately the details of the development of Lake Holiday, including, but not limited to, the release and settlement agreement, which is the foundation for all the lawsuit. So given that in-depth knowledge of the very subject that we were litigating, that's why I thought they were the most highly qualified and probably the most expensive to defend us. I still do believe that. I think we need to watch the costs. We need to be very careful about how they spend our money. We need to limit them, give them caps. I agree. We need to watch the billing and stop it when we think it's on hand. We need to look at the hours and how they're spent. But I think we need to take into account the experience they have and the fact that they've already got 2 fists in the star baby. Sorry, Steve.
Rees Broome and Diaz are expensive, but they're not who's costing us money. Bill Masters is costing everybody who lives here money for this lawsuit. And I want that on the record. I'd also have a direct question to Ray. How much have we spent? You mentioned a $5,000 deductible. Do you have any idea what we spent so far?
Although I haven't seen any invoices. It's the pleading is just filed.
CNA has definitely refused it.
I haven't seen it in writing, but that's what I got from their claims manager.
That's what's expected.
That's what she told me.
Okay. I hear us talking 3 different decisions here. One is which attorney firm. One is, are we going to defend ourselves if the insurance doesn't cover us? And the third one that I came up with was cost to date. Now, there's 6 people sitting here that have a particular interest in this thing, and maybe we should abstain from any votes. I don't know, but I think those are the decisions we need to make, and before we discuss attorneys, we need to decide, are we going to self-insure ourselves and what action are we going to take, if any, against the insurance firm if they deny the claim? We've been paying them a lot of money. That's all.
Comment? People who run for this board, assuming that they give due consideration before their names are on a ballot, if they do any research at all, run for the board, should run for the board, knowing that they are protected against lawsuits, that they are not personally liable, that the association will fund any lawsuits and damages thereto. Now, because of the situation that has arisen, that at least at this point, the D&O insurance is apparently not eligible, not applicable, that does not remove that protection that I think every board member expects to have. I see no reason why those named in the lawsuits cannot vote on this. You are a board member and we're voting board policy.
So CNA's, we're not having a problem with CNA's decision if they try to tie this to 84 somehow.
I'm having a problem with
Yeah,
that.
I have
Very
too.
much.
I think we should aggressively appeal
Fine.
CNA's decision.
Can I make a resolution, that's what we do first, or a motion or whatever the hell? If we first go after CNA and say, this is horseman
Well,
over,
this
they're
is-
paying you a lot of money. And
This is actually the wrong place for a motion, but if you'd like to add a tab to the agenda to take actions, we may do that.
let's add a tab in that.
I think we should. I think we should dispense with all of those things that we've talked about, and that's a separate tab, it's a separate tab.
I suggest tab 15, but
Tab 15
Mr. President.
has been moved to be added to discuss our responsible CNA, choice of legal firm, and defense of individual board members. All in favor of that motion? We just added tab 15.
May I say something, Mr. President?
Lou? Yes, Lou, go ahead.
Since this is a legal issue, you're contemplating a decision based on legal, I would suggest that you do that in executive session.
Dave?
I don't think that's necessary. We're just gonna talk about the means to the end, not the substance of any kind of legal material.
We have no legal material to discuss, so it would be hard to disclose anything. I think we'll do an open session if everybody's agreeable. All right, let's postpone this item until tab 15, right?